We're in Talkeetna in Alaska in the Matsu Valley, and would you believe it, we have seen the mountain. Even better, we didn't have to take a flight seeing trip to see Mount Denali. I'm Mike.
Hi, and I'm Fiona.
We're a newly retired expat British couple living in the USA. We're on a mission to visit all 63 US national parks. Please mash the like and subscribe button to follow along on our journey. Our family vacation in the Outer Banks was wonderful, but we're eager to resume our Alaska camping road trip adventure. We flew back into Anchorage on July the 9th. We're visiting Talkeetna for 3 nights, staying at the Boat Ramp campground. It's cheap, but pretty rustic. Pit toilets and 1 shower between the lot of us. But it is set in the woods on the beautiful Talkeetna River. Even better, the weather cooperated and we enjoyed sunshine for the first 2 days at least. Not everything's gone smoothly here, despite being at a great little campsite. Sometimes it's not always easy to pitch these tents, and we certainly struggled yesterday. Fiona, you had some problems with the pegs, didn't you?
We did. So, just the regular little tent pegs were just bending with all of the rocks.
Oh yeah.
Because at the back it's fine, it's all soily, but out here, obviously the soil's been washed away and there's just rocks. But these big, thick, really strong tent pegs that we bought when we were going to tie down the tent in the Badlands worked great. They just plow straight through those rocks. And that's what we had to resort to.
Right, but there's another problem that we've been dealing with that we thought we'd share. First world problems, I know, but our 12-volt cooler doesn't work as we'd hoped. It started working early in the trip, and actually the cooler's fine. It's keeping our food down to, looks like 36, but it's running off this Bluetti, which should charge, not now, but when the engine's running, it should charge off this 12-volt cigarette lighter output. But even when the engine's running, it isn't charging. So despite doing loads of miles yesterday, we're at 1%, which means since the cooler is running off the Bluetti, which is at 1%, we're about to get warm beer and spoiled food. So I'm going to have a look at this cable, see what's going on, because it doesn't seem to be working. I know the charger, the 12-volt cigarette lighter socket is working, and I've tried it in the working socket up front as well. So it doesn't seem to be the car. Obviously none of them work if you're not running the engine, but when the engine's running it doesn't work. So and the Bluetti charges fine, in fact incredibly quickly, on 110-volt main supply. So I'm going to take a look at this cable and see whether we've got a problem there. Let's take a look in this cable to see what might be the problem. Looks like this might come apart, this rubber sheath here. Let's get that off. Yeah, that's coming off. And it isn't just a sealed unit, which is good news. There's a screw here, so we can remove that screw. Probably a good idea not to lose that. Looks like this is split in 2 and we can pop it off. Yep. All right. And let's see what we've got inside. Oops, maybe. There. Nothing untoward there. Doesn't look like there's anything burnt out. The solder is good. That cable looks a bit dubious, but nothing that would break the circuit, I don't think. So I don't think that's the problem. The other end doesn't appear to be a problem either, so I need to figure out a way of checking the circuit here. Well, it turns out we do have a perfect little circuit tester here. It's a flashlight and it's an LED device, and the way it works is all that this top feature does is switch it on and off. It just connects internally. So all I need to do as a circuit tester is to touch two sides to this unit and the light comes on. Oh, just had a motorboat passes on the river. So I can rig up my cable. I've just insulated the center cable here, and I can rig it up so that the two poles are touching, and if the internal prong here touches the earth on the outside, then I should get a circuit and it should light up. So I've got this little screw that's insulated to touch the internal prong conveniently. I can touch the two and no light. So we don't have a circuit, and so let's dig a little bit deeper. I was thinking this was a pretty dumb device. Well, it is, it's just a cable. There's no electronics, but let's take this apart and see what's going on inside here, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the cable itself. It's unlikely that that wire is broken, but look, we have a fuse and I can already see that that's blown, so I need to replace that fuse inside this center conductor, and then we should have a working and charging Bluetti again. Talkeetna is the gateway to Denali and a magnet for everyone from day tripping tourists to serious mountaineers preparing for a 4-week expedition to summit Denali. The skies were cloudless but a little hazy on the first day, more cloudy but crystal clear on our second day. We also found a great dive bar that agreed to open an hour early so we could watch England beat Norway in the quarterfinal of the World Cup. I treated Talkeetna to a very European tradition under such circumstances. England! Considering Alaska's reputation for rain, we haven't actually seen all that much of it, but today promises to be a rainy one. We had a fire last night before it started raining, and then it's kind of spitted rain all night, and this morning we've got up to fairly steady drizzle, but we're in our kitchen tent and we'll have our breakfast in here. Oh, this is what Talkeetna looks like in the rain. We'll pop in here for some light refreshments. The Fairview Inn. Our riverside campground looked less welcoming in the rain, but after a supper of chicken tikka masala in our little kitchen tent, we had a tour planned for the evening, a guided lakeside walk with a naturalist. Our guide pointed out some wildlife and was very knowledgeable about the wild plants and fungi.
Sorry, if you were, had this in your garden, and you wanted it to, get the best use of it. As soon as that bloom is ripe, if full bloom, you cut it off, put it in a vase, take it inside.
After Talkeetna, our next stop was the Matanuska-Susitna Valley area, known as the Mat-Su Valley. Given the rainy forecast, we opted for a cute log cabin Airbnb for the 3 days. We didn't really have anything planned, but we had a blast here. First up was driving the truck over the windy roads and scenic beauty of the Hatcher Pass. The next day, we took a guided ATV tour around the same area.
Well, here we are in rainy Alaska. We have definitely picked the best 3 days to go Airbnb. After Talkeetna, and we did survive the rain there, we decided we would do Airbnb.
Yeah, it was looking pretty bleak. In fact, the next 2 weeks are going to be rainy in our area of Alaska. But a lovely 3 days Airbnb, but we picked exactly the right activities, I'd say.
Yep, we did.
We drove the Hatcher Pass the first day, which really is the playground of Alaska. You can do all sorts of things there. It's actually owned by the Lucky Strike mining company, and they just let people use ATVs, UTVs, snowmobiles, all sorts of things going on there.
So after that, we did go and do the ATV experience, which was much fun. Michael did the driving, and we did lots of splashing and lots of going over big rocks.
We enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. And a perfect wet weather activity. And then today we have another wet weather activity planned, which is to go inside a bar and watch the semi-final of the FIFA World Cup, England versus Argentina.
Yeah, that's going to be so exciting. We're already nervous.
Yeah.
And then possibly we might go and see a glacier.
Yeah, you can.
A glacier you can drive to.
Yeah, the Matunutska Glacier you can drive right up to. So it is about an hour and a half away. So we'll see how we feel, whether we're elated or down after this next couple of hours.
Despondent would be the word.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
It won't
in
be
due
coming
course.
home.
What? Don't say that.
Okay. All right then. We'll sign off for now.
Well, Fiona, it's been an eventful day, and not necessarily in a good way.
No, we are gutted.
Gutted, we are. We've given ourselves a couple of hours and a glacier hike to calm down over this, but I'm afraid England went down and we can retire our hats for another 4 years.
So that's the end of our Matsu Valley visit. We had a great time, and now we are off to Katmai National Park.
Yeah, that'll be the 49th National Park, and a big bucket list item. Actually, this is Thursday, July the 16th, and we've been waiting for this day for a long time. We're going to see the bears on Brooks Falls in Katmai National Park. So stick with us in the next video, and you'll see how we do and whether we survive.
Camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, backcountry camping in Brooks Falls campsite.
Camping in the wilderness.